Hey Siri. Hey Siri, please tell him who I be because these people keep sleeping on me. Hey my beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know that nobody, absolutely nobody asked me to do this video, but I'm still gonna do it. So today's video will be a story time about my university supervisor who did not like me. He did not rate me at all.
I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
So, for those of you who do not know, I moved to the UK a week before I started university. So I started university on the 2nd of October and I moved to London in the last week of September. When I started university, I was shocked because I always thought that my English level, my proficiency, my fluency was up here. But I quickly found out that it was all a lie, guys. It was all a lie.
It was all a lie. Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
During one of my first lectures, they mentioned the word essay. And I was like, huh? What's that? Essay? Essay? Like, what is that? I just couldn't understand. I had no clue. So yeah, I came a long way. Anyway, fast forward to my third year of university, I had to write a dissertation. I can't remember how many words, maybe 10,000 words or something like that, maybe more, I don't know. What I did not know is that before you start working on your dissertation, you need to write a dissertation proposal. So you need to explain your topic, your aims, and you need to do a bit of research and literature review. You need to explain your methodology and all that good stuff. You know what I mean, right? And you must also choose a supervisor, right? So I wanted to write a dissertation about the effects of social media on your body image, your self-esteem. I wanted to talk about like how the fact that you see all these Instagram models with like perfect bodies and BBLs and stuff like that, and it makes you question your own worth and your own beauty. I did some research and I emailed this lecturer actually, and I asked him if he could be my supervisor, and I also asked to meet him in person. Now, tell me why is that when I went to the building where the meeting would take place, I see some next girls sitting on the stairs, and I was like, girl, I mean, I don't even talk to girls like that, but I was like, girl, what are you doing here? And I asked her, do you have a meeting or something? And she was like, yeah, I do. And I was like, no, who is your supervisor? And tell me why her supervisor and my supervisor were the same person. And I was like, how is that possible? So it turns out that me and this girl had a meeting scheduled at the same exact time. This girl even showed me the email that he had sent her confirming, you know, the time that the meeting would take place. So I told her, okay, that's fine, you can go in first because you have already been waiting. So yeah, I just stood outside waiting, and when it was my turn to walk in the office, he basically criticized my research proposal. And mind you that I wanted to talk about social media and self-esteem, and I thought that was a very, very interesting topic. He then asked me if I wanted to work with the girl I just met before I walked in his office. And I was like, I don't really want to do that, but at the same time, I just knew I was going to need a lot of help. So I said yes. I wish I didn't, but I said yes. I then asked the girl for her number since we were working together, and she said no.
The fuck?
I'm like, okay. She said, oh, let's just communicate through email. Who does that? And I was like, okay, sis. Okay, if you say so. Me and this girl were only communicating through email. And it didn't work, obviously. Because I would email her one day and this girl would reply the following day. Like, sis, you can't do that. At least give me your number because I can't get hold of you. And I need to meet you face to face so we can sort this out. We need to write this dissertation proposal. But she was so not interested. Like, she did not care. So I did most of the work by myself. Okay? Before you start writing your dissertation, you need to complete this approval and ethical form where you explain everything that you're going to do with your dissertation and whether your topic is appropriate in terms of ethics. And obviously, you need to ensure that your grammar is on point. Now, as you may have noticed, English isn't my first language. And that's why I just knew that I was going to need a lot of help. That's why I was also going to my supervisor's office quite often to ensure that I was doing everything the way it was supposed to be done. And this guy told me, oh, you need to be more independent. And I was like, yeah, but you're my supervisor. You're supposed to help me. That's why you are a supervisor. You get paid to help people throughout their dissertation process. Like, I'm not understanding what's going on here. Anyway, in one beautiful day, I go to his office by myself, even though this was a group project, right? And showed him the proposal, and he laughed. He literally started laughing. He read everything I wrote, and then he started questioning me like he was the feds. He was like, where are you from? Why do you write like this? I mean, you probably write like this in Portugal, but not over here. And then he would correct all my sentences. I mean, every single one of them. He would change a few words, right? And then he would say, oh, this is how you need to do it. And I was like, yeah, but that's exactly what I wrote. You just changed a couple of words, B. The fuck? He really tried me that day. He kept on pointing out the few grammar mistakes that I've made. And I also used the word entails. And he was like, oh my god, entails, ha 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 ha. What does that mean? Did you make that word up? What's the meaning of that word? I bet you don't even know it. And then he said something I'll never ever forget. He goes, tell me what grades do you normally have in your other modules? And I was like, you know, I got a first in criminology, I got a few 2-1s here and there, I only have a 2-2. And he was like, very interesting. I mean, if you made it this far, that means that you must be intelligent, right? I was like, what? How dare he? He doesn't even know me. I was so vexed. I just started crying. At this point, I am crying in the middle of his office. See, some people, yeah, they think that because you have an accent, you make a few mistakes when you are writing in English, that means you're stupid. In my head, I'm just thinking, te voy a decir una cosita, Yo hablo 3 idiomas diferentes. He was shocked when I started crying, and he was like, oh, I understand, you're probably nervous, this is very stressful for you, but this isn't personal, this is business. And I was like, okay. I was still crying. I was so upset, you guys. Ooh. moving on. Now, my dissertation's deadline was around April, May. Normally, your supervisor is supposed to read your dissertation before you submit it to, you know, ensure that everything is okay, that you haven't made any mistakes. Tell me why. My guy ghosted me. My university supervisor ghosted me for a month. He literally did not reply to me between April and May. I didn't know if he was on holidays or something, but I had to do everything by myself. And eventually I submitted my dissertation. Now, let me tell you something. You see, when he asked me about my grades and the other modules, I actually graduated with a first. Okay? Not only that, I had the best mark in my social psychology exam. The best one in the whole university. Okay? I did that. In my last year, I had a 4 in homicide and serious crime investigation, 4 in social psychology and individual differences, 1 in applied social psychology, and 6 in my dissertation module. Meaning I had the first class in every single one of my modules except my dissertation. So the grading system is a bit different, being that 1 is the highest mark and 20 is the lowest. I just wanted to share my story, and I hope that if you are in uni right now, do not let anyone play you. Do not let them discourage you just because they have a PhD or whatever. So if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to my channel for weekly content. Ciao ciao.